Hi everyone, this is a rare non-workout video. I wanted to make it because there are some big changes coming around here and I want to let you know what to expect. So in this video, we are going to go over what changes are coming, how you can support those changes, what specifically is going to come in January, and then why these changes are being made. So let's get into it. So over the last 2+ years, I've been sharing a weekly class here on YouTube, but I've been sharing a ton more classes that are private and available only to paying Patreon members. Starting January 1st, Patreon will be no more, and I am focusing entirely on YouTube. So I have over 300 videos that right now are only viewable to Patreon members. Gradually, I'm going to make those public. It'll probably be over the next 2 or even 3 years. It's going to take a while for them all to go public, but gradually they will all be shared. Now, if you are an existing Patreon member, you do not have to wait for them to go public to get access to them again. You will have continued access to them. I'm so appreciative of all the support from Patreon members over these last 2+ years, not taking access away to those. They are yours. Now, in addition to gradually sharing the Patreon-only videos to public YouTube, I will still be shooting and sharing brand new workout classes. So whether you were a Patreon member or you've never been a Patreon member, you will see new classes to my channel that are completely new to you. All right, now let's talk about how you can support this change. Yes, this is the part of the video where I ask something of you. So to be clear, I'm not doing YouTube subscriptions. These are all videos that I am posting publicly for free. Now, my goal is to build up my channel to a point where I'm getting, hundreds of thousands of views a video, and the revenue that I make from ads that play at the start of the video will be enough to supply me with a livable wage. That is the goal. We are not there yet. So while I continue to work to build up my channel, I ask that you support me with Super Thanks. Super Thanks is kind of YouTube's version of a tip jar. It's a button at the bottom of every video. It's a little heart with a $sign in it. And if you click on Super Thanks, then some options will pop up for leaving me a little thank you tip. Now, YouTube pre-selects those amounts. I have no control over them. $50 is outrageous. I'm not expecting you to tip me $50. But maybe if you take a class and you would particularly love it, you decide to leave me a little super thanks, maybe just your favorite video of the month, maybe every time you take a class, whatever you're comfortable with. That is so appreciated. If you're not in the position to financially support with Super Thanks, then you can help support me and grow my channel by just sharing it. It doesn't have to be sharing on social media. It could just be word of mouth. Let a friend, a coworker, someone you know who's into working out at home know about my channel, and that helps me tremendously. So either way, whether you're spreading the word, leaving super thanks, or both, I appreciate the support so much. It is going to make it possible for me to continue to create these classes for you and share them here on YouTube. All right, now let's talk about what is coming in January. So for the past 2+ years on Patreon, in addition to sharing a lot of classes, I put together a monthly workout calendar. Now, calendars are not for everyone, and honestly, they can do, in some instances, more harm than good if mentally you feel like a failure if you're not sticking to the calendar right away. So workout calendars are not something I recommend for everyone, but they can be really helpful to provide some structure and guidance for those who benefit from that. So I'm going to continue to put together a calendar, and that will start in January. This is a general movement calendar, so it has a variety of classes. We're tweaking it a little bit if you've been a Patreon member, tweaking it a little bit. Monday is going to be Pilates. I think it's a great way to start the week. We set the foundation for the rest of the classes we're going to do. So Monday's Pilates. Tuesday is going to be a lower body focused workout. Wednesday is going to be an upper body core focused workout. Thursday will be more cardio, HIIT, that kind of thing. Friday is going to be an active recovery day where we'll do mobility. Saturday is going to be a probably on the longer side total body workout, think circuit and Tabata, pyramid, classes like that. And then Sunday's off, it's rest day. Now in the past, my calendars have been month specific, but moving forward, they are just going to be 4-week calendars that aren't attached to a specific date. So you can start them any Monday you want. And every 4 weeks, I will come out with a new one. I will link to them on my YouTube channel and all the video descriptions. They'll be easy to access. So not to overcomplicate things, but I sort of have 3 buckets of classes. I have classes that have always been public on YouTube. They're in the YouTube archives, always been accessible to everyone. I have classes that are in the Patreon archive, so they're not new to Patreon members, but they will be new to YouTube subscribers who've never been on Patreon. And then I have classes that are new to everyone. So in January, I'm just going to draw from these two buckets. So it's going to be brand new classes to everyone, and then classes from the Patreon archives. Every day, a class will be published to my YouTube channel, and that will be the class that corresponds on your calendar if you choose to follow along with that. I wanted to sort of kick off this change with a bang. So yes, you're getting a new video almost every single day in January. Now, moving forward, starting in February, I will draw from all three buckets for the calendars. So the class that's on your calendar may be a class from the YouTube archive, so it won't necessarily pop up as new on my YouTube channel. Hopefully that makes sense and isn't just totally overcomplicating things. So every 4 weeks you will get a new movement calendar that's full of that same kind of variety. But also in the future, what I want to do is create different calendars that you can follow along. I want to do a calendar for someone who is new to Pilates, sort of like Pilates 101, 3-week guide. I want to create some calendars you can follow if maybe it's been months since you've worked out and you want to ease back into things. So for now, in January, we're starting with that general movement calendar, but know that there will be other ones popping up in the future that you can follow that are a little more specific in their focus. So let's wrap up this video by discussing why I am making these changes. There are many reasons. I would say 3 primary reasons though. First and foremost, Patreon just is not that streamlined. It's a little cumbersome. It puts a paywall between you and the videos, but the videos are still being hosted on YouTube. So you need a Patreon login, you need a YouTube login, and then I have a separate page where all the classes are categorized and you need a password for that page. It's just clunky. I started my Patreon in 2020 when things were crazy, and it was always sort of meant to be temporary. I couldn't really decide what to do with my videos. I thought that I should probably make a membership platform like a Vimeo and have them all there behind a paywall, but my heart just kept saying YouTube. I'd spent so many years building up my YouTube channel to just totally give that up didn't feel right. So Patreon was supposed to be temporary. And look, like, let's be real. If Patreon was like a smash financial success for me, I'd still be doing it. But it was just okay. So I feel like the time has come to either commit one way or the other, YouTube or build a membership platform. Which brings me to my second reason for making this change, and that's just that I love YouTube and social media, and it's always been kind of what I've wanted to focus on, but I never have focused 100% on it. I've always done YouTube and something else. Prior to 2020, it was YouTube and teaching in person in Boston. Then it was YouTube and Patreon. But my passion is really with YouTube and social media. I know not everyone feels that way about social media, but I love it. I think it's so fun, and I just love the whole content creation process. So going all in on that makes me so excited, and it just really feels right. And then final big reason that I decided to make this change now is that, a little bit of personal news, change was inevitable. My husband and I have been trying to get pregnant for years now, and we're now going the fertility treatment route. We've done several rounds of IUI, and now we're moving into IVF. So if and when I get pregnant, things would have to change. I have no plans to stop working out. It's just more that the types of workouts I'm doing are going to have to change. I'm not pregnant right now, but even just doing the fertility treatments, I've had to make changes because there are certain weeks during the cycle where I have to take things easy. I still work out, but low impact, no HIIT. And then the remaining 2 weeks of the month, I have to cram all that HIIT and strength training in. And it is a lot on my body and not something that is sustainable if these treatments continue. With Patreon memberships, I am committed to providing a certain amount of variety in classes. And I was just sort of seeing the writing on the wall that that variety of classes is not going to be a possibility every single month as I go through this. So while I wasn't exactly sure what the change would look like, I felt that change was inevitable, so might as well take the jump now and go all in on YouTube. So I know I just threw a lot of information at you. If you have any questions or I didn't cover anything, leave a comment below and I will get right back to you, or shoot me a DM on Instagram, email me, whatever, I'll get right back to you. And I want to end this video by giving the biggest thank you to everyone who has been a Patreon member, either for these whole last 2+ years or just a couple months. Your support has meant the world to me. You've really allowed me to pursue my dream career, and I am so, so grateful for you. And I hope that in me making this decision to go all in on YouTube, I hope that it doesn't make you feel at all devalued. That is my one hesitation in making this switch. Ultimately, I do think it will be best for everyone, Patreon members included, just because it is going to be so much more streamlined and such a better user experience. But if you have reservations about it or questions, again, please let me know. All right, now I think that is really it for me. Thank you for taking the time to watch this whole video. Let me know if you have questions, and I will get that January calendar out to you as soon as it is ready. Cheers to a great 2023.